little girl named Irene, playing hide and seek in the woods with her father. Afterward, Dad guides her on how to pick up a mushroom, which she grabs and places in her basket. Irene then stays behind to relieve herself, while her dad heads toward the main road. But then, when Irene tries to find her dad, the little girl arrives at the main road, and notices a car whose driver hauntingly stares at her before speeding away. Scared, Irene notices mushrooms scattered across the ground, and then, looking in the distance, she spots her father's lifeless body, and the sight hits the poor girl like a ton of bricks. The scene then cuts to 10 years later, where we see a teenage Irene preparing for a swimming competition. Her coach offers some motivation and warns her to save breath for the final 30 meters. The race soon begins, and Irene pushes herself to the limit. However, despite her best efforts, another girl ends up winning. Irene finishes second, and her competitor tries to console her, saying it's only a matter of a few seconds, but this only enrages Irene, who punches her, leaving the poor girl bloodied. Later, the coach approaches Irene in the locker room and demands that she apologize to the girl or face disqualification. But Irene refuses and grows aggressive toward him as well. The coach gets frustrated with her behavior and calls her a useless loser. Afterward, her mom advises her to take a break from training to avoid seeing that girl again. She also urges Irene to see a doctor for her issues, but the rebellious teen clearly isn't interested. Days later, Irene is relaxing in her room when her little sister Pam arrives, and asks why Irene hasn't been going to school or joining competitions lately. But Irene snaps at the kid and harshly kicks her out of the room, so her stepdad comes in, questioning why she's being so mean.